This is Future Talk.
Future Talk.
Future Talk with Omnia Al Saleh and Hani Balkis.
Welcome back to Future Talk right here on Pulse 95. It is me, Hani Balkis, with Omnia Saleh, bringing you everything you need to know about what's happening in the tech world and in the UAE. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, the first Thursday of 2021.
I was just going to say the same.
And I'm very excited for today. I don't know, I think it's the chocolates you gave me, Omnia. I ate a piece of the Oreo truffles, Omnia, and I am excited.
Well, I'm glad you are. It is definitely a very exciting weekend since it is the first Thursday of 2021. I hope you're all having a blessed afternoon. Lots and lots is happening in the tech world. And let's start with the biggest news of the day. Donald Trump, the previous U.S. president, will basically have his Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook halted. Is he being grounded on the social media platforms?
So on all four platforms, we're talking about Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and even Instagram, all of his accounts are suspended for a 24-hour period because...
Except of Twitter. Twitter is only 12 hours from what I've heard.
24 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Even Twitter?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Donald Trump is being grounded on all social media platforms. But Google is making headlines today because they are going to be adding to the App Store privacy labels for all of their iOS apps.
Now, when we talk about technology a lot, we never think about vacuums, right?
No, we don't.
And we don't think about vacuums, but we're talking about LG's newest cordless vacuum that automatically empties itself.
Now, let me tell you, this sounds like music to my ears because anyone who uses a vacuum knows how annoying it is to constantly have to empty it. But in the world of apps, lots is happening as well because WhatsApp accounts are going to be lost if people choose to not accept any new changes by the 8th of February. Let me tell you, it's happening much sooner than the 8th of February because today I got the notification.
I got it yesterday.
No way, to accept the terms and conditions.
I accepted it, and when I accepted it and when the notification popped up, I automatically thought about Future Talk. I don't know why. I was like, oh, wow, I talked about this, and I just hit accept. But and also we're talking about Amazon and how they're reportedly developing a radar-equipped sleep apnea tracker.
Yes.
Which is something out of the ordinary.
Yes, sleep apnea is taking the lives of many people around the world, and it's usually called the silent killer. So I'm very glad that Amazon is taking moves to help put an end for that. Lots and lots is in store on the show, so keep Pulse 95 locked, and we'll be right back.
Daily digital news. Bits and bytes connect our world.
Your quick roundup of everything that is happening in the tech world, in the UAE and around the world. Twitter is basically grounding President Donald Trump, U.S. President Donald Trump. But not just Twitter. We're looking at Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Every social media platform is grounding U.S. President Donald Trump for all that's been happening.
Yes, now this does come after the U.S. Capitol was kind of... invaded by protesters who do support Donald Trump, saying that they don't want President-elect Joe Biden to be inaugurated to be the next president of the United States. So they did something and put it in their own hands and went all the way to the U.S. Capitol and invaded the building, which is a big no-no. And apparently, this was all done because Donald Trump supported it. And he was talking about January 6th. Don't forget, mark your calendars, etc. But now, social media platforms are coming and punishing U.S. President Donald Trump for his actions and for his words by blocking him on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and even YouTube.
Now, this is the first time that any social media platform has done this, more specifically for a U.S. president. But they're finally escalating their crackdown on the social media posts that U.S. President Donald Trump has launched on the platforms where he was encouraging and supporting those rioters at the U.S. Capitol. Now, Snapchat was actually one of the latest platforms to join this blockage, but Twitter has required Donald Trump to delete certain posts after repeated and severe violations of the rules were taking place on election misinformation. Now, the latest video was sent to the violent uprising in Washington, protesting his November loss to Joe Biden. A lot of people were actually encouraged by that video, and Twitter has been asking the U.S. president to go ahead and remove it.
Yes, now it's very obvious that U.S. President Donald Trump is in deep, deep waters because of his actions, because of the November election. It seems like U.S. President Donald Trump's time is coming to an end because obviously the whole Senate, they don't like what's going on. Vice President Mike Pence doesn't like what's going on. The whole country doesn't like what's going on. So they are starting to punish Donald Trump. And obviously, in the video, in a social media message to protesters, he did say, "I love you," before telling them to go home, he also did repeatedly make false claims about the election fraud. Twitter did say that it did require the removal of 3 tweets for severe violations of our civic integrity policy. The company also said the president's account would remain locked for good if the tweets were not removed. Now, it did went on to say that future violations of the Twitter rules will result in a permanent suspension of the account at Real Donald Trump, which does mean Donald Trump's days on Twitter could be numbered.
Yes, indeed. For years, the social media, more specifically Twitter, has been Donald Trump's preferred way to go ahead and spread information directly to the public. Since November, Donald Trump has posted regularly without any evidence that the presidential election was rigged. Twitter has labeled dozens of Donald Trump's tweets and posts as misleading, and Facebook has actually flagged those misleading election posts by pointing users to trusted news websites, which is, again, very out of the ordinary for a president to go ahead and have his tweets being flagged as inaccurate. But on Wednesday, that was the first time the president has been kicked off on all platforms, mostly temporarily. However, Twitter is considering a complete block if President Donald Trump does not stop posting these posts.
Yes, indeed. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump has been doing a lot of questionable things when it does come to the election fraud, etc. But again, just to clarify, the election has been confirmed. It has been authenticated, and the next president of the United States will be President-elect Joseph R. Biden. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's put that in the past and go all the way to Google and how it has added an App Store privacy label to its iOS apps.
Yes, indeed. The new policy requires all developers to go ahead and disclose data that is collected from App Store users and that is being used to track them. Now, a Google spokeswoman actually confirmed an earlier report that just last month, Apple was actually beginning to roll out new labels that we actually heard the name. They were called nutrition labels. And they basically tell every application what are the specific rules and regulations that they should follow to make sure that no information is being hidden from those users. All privacy practices of those apps are visible for the users to see before they are downloaded from the App Store, so there are no tiny terms and conditions hidden from any user.
Yes, now this is very important because now a lot of people are waking up to the privacy concerns that does happen with social media applications, and this does come with the Muslim Pro app, which was used to tell Muslims or notify Muslims when a prayer was going to be performed, the adhan, even to use to read Quran.
And the Qibla.
And the Qibla to tell you where it was. And apparently a company bought the app and they were selling the information of these Muslims to the U.S. government and to the U.S. Army, which is a big no-no, especially because, ladies and gentlemen, that is kind of racist, right?
True.
But let's not get into that. And let's talk about how it's very important right now for people to know what they're opting for when they download an app and when they install an app and give it all these permissions. Because again, at the end of the day, your phone is your life. You have everything stored on your phone. And we're looking at this as a kind of domino effect. We're saying it starting with Apple. Apple started with giving permissions on certain photos, pictures, voice notes, etc. And Facebook came and said, hey, no, we can't, don't do that. It's going to ruin all our marketing tools. And then what happened, Omnia?
Well, they got into a big lawsuit.
Exactly.
So we're definitely witnessing a lot of applications follow the footsteps of Apple whenever they are launching their apps on those app stores. But the latest of them all has been Apple and Google. And now they are also making all those regulations clear for all the users. Let us know. Our text lines are open 4215 do Salat or slide into our DMs at Pulse 95 Radio. Have you seen any applications request preferences and request access to certain things, certain photos, your microphone, your camera, your video, without necessarily having to do so, which is always what brings a lot of question marks in the minds of users.
Yeah, like for example, you're downloading an app to play a card game.
And they request access to photos.
Or your microphone or your camera. Like, excuse me, sir, I'm playing cards. I'm not playing cards with my eyes. But let us know your thoughts, 4215 do Salat, or on our Instagram at Pulse 95 Radio. We're taking a short break, but when we come back, we're talking about a vacuum.
Gadget of the day.
New tech you might want to play with.
Pulse 95.
New tech you might want to play with or even clean with. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we've been doing Future Talk for quite some while now. And I don't think we've ever talked about a vacuum, because we're talking about LG's newest cordless vacuum that automatically empties itself. Now, this LG's new vacuum cleaner, and it's ridiculously named the LG Cord Zero ThinQ A9 Compressor Plus.
Not a mouthful at all.
Wow.
Wow, it is a
Can
big
you imagine? You go into the store, Omnia.
I want one LG Cord Zero ThinQ A9 Compressor Plus. That's it.
That's a car.
That is a car. It's definitely a mouthful. However, it is a lot easier to empty than most cordless vacuums, which will definitely be music to many moms' ears because it's no fun emptying a vacuum, especially when it's full. But the charging station for this vacuum is also fully automated. So it has a fully automated dust removal system. It sucks the contents of the vacuum's dust bin into a dust bag as the device charges. So you're looking at a multitasking vacuum all at once. Now, we've seen similar auto-emptying features in the Robo Vacuum that a lot of people tend to use, which one of them is the iRobot Roomba i7 Plus. However, LG's solution is much more unique in the world of cordless vacuums, and that's because they are first, upright, B, they empty themselves as they're charging. So you're saving time, and it's all being done autonomously.
So a lot of people frequently have to reach up into the dustbin on their vacuums, but to get all the dust out, but they can see an appeal of automating the process. But for bigger jobs, like vacuuming a whole house or an apartment, you're probably going to have to empty the LG Cord Zero ThinQ A9 Compressor Plus mid-clean rather than waiting to automatically empty it when it charges. Now, hopefully a lot of people are saying the charging station dust bags are big enough and cheap enough that it doesn't need to be emptied too often. Now, what I do believe, I think I knew how vacuums started to work a couple of years ago.
No way.
I never knew that there was a bag inside.
So what did you think? It sucks all the dirt and it stays in there?
I don't know what happened.
A black hole inside the vacuum?
I never vacuumed. I then one day I just saw my mom open like a bag. I'm like, what? There's a bag?
There's something in there?
There's something in there. But I mean, obviously having something that is automated is always better and always opted for. And again, a charging station, you don't need batteries, you don't need any of that. And I look at it as well as, let's say, for example, you want to clean your car. That'd be awesome.
Yes, and especially the fact that it's cordless, it will be a lot easier to clean up bigger spaces with it. Now, what many people actually don't know is that vacuums don't necessarily, they're not created to be very smart. However, the LG newest vacuum is quite smart. It has a touchscreen charging station, so you can actually go ahead and play around with all the accessories and the different nozzles that come with it. There are existing stick vacuum chargers that we've seen by other brands. One of the most famous of them all is actually Dyson. It can go up to 2,000 dirhams, Hani, if not more.
So in 2021, ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing you the smartest tech. We're talking about smart vacuums. Yesterday, we talked about smart refrigerators.
Yeah, we're slowly furnishing a house on Future Talk.
And so I mean, that is 2021 and what has in store. Now, when I thought about 2021 and the new technological upgrades gadgets would get, I didn't think we would be talking about a bathroom, a refrigerator, and a vacuum. But Omnia, we did talk about a smart Japanese bathroom while you weren't here. And
I was very jealous. I wish I was there.
It can even sing to you, Omnia.
Wow.
Yeah.
So entertainment as you use the bathroom.
Yes, indeed. But I mean, I want to know what everyone else thinks about this smart vacuum. 4215 do or thought, or on our Instagram at Pulse95 Radio. Would you kind of opt to using a smart vacuum no matter what the price tag is?
It's interesting that you mentioned the price tag, because for those of you who are wondering how expensive will this LG vacuum be, there is still no news about how much it's going to cost. However, very soon it's going to be displayed at a virtual booth on the virtual CES, which is actually one of the biggest festivals, we may say, for electronic gadgets. Conferences that tend to be that tend to happen every single year. We'll keep you updated, but LG smart refrigerators went for about, 25,000 dirhams.
Yeah, around that. $8,000 was your top of the line refrigerator. Now, LG is doing a lot of things. Now, looking at the picture, I can tell you guys it does look like kind of a rectangle charging station, and you have the vacuum. So right off the bat, you're going to say it's going to be expensive because obviously there's a charging station for that vacuum. It does look very futuristic, shall I mention as well. But I mean, I like the idea. I like the concept. Now, again, I do believe 2 to 3 years it will be much cheaper.
Yeah, and the best part about it is that the charging station also has a storage place for all the nozzles. So you may not know this, Hani, but with the vacuum, there are also different accessories to, like, let's say, clean the couch.
Oh, I know that one.
Clean the curtains, clean all the different things. And these accessories tend to be lost because you have no place to store them. But with this LG, they're all found in the charging station. You can play around, switch them up, all in one place. Let us know your thoughts. I think many moms would love this as a Mother's Day gift, or I don't know, any gift out there for any birthday. Get them a...
It depends on the price tag. If the price is right, I might just get my mama a vacuum. 4215. We're taking a short break, but when we come back, we're talking about what's up and what's up with what's up.
Pulse 95.
Apps all around.
What's worth a click and download?
If you've opened WhatsApp this past week and carrying on for this month up until the 8th of February, you may just have seen a message popping up on your WhatsApp account telling you that you should accept certain terms and conditions. Do not worry, this is completely normal because you may just lose your WhatsApp account if you do not agree to those terms and conditions.
Yes, and I actually got that update, I think, or pop-up per se, last night. Now, millions of people or users have received an in-app notification from WhatsApp as part of an upcoming global rollout for over 2 billion users, which does ask them to either accept the changes in its terms of service and privacy policy by February 8th of this year, or their accounts will be deleted. Now, the in-app notification did not kind of give much details, but clicking on the link does clearly mention the key changes in how WhatsApp will collect and process users' information going forward in the new year, and the partnership with Facebook, which is its parent company, as part of a larger unification drive between the family of apps.
Now, we've talked a lot about WhatsApp's most recent updates, and the biggest feature of it all has been trying to incorporate payment options. They do want to encourage small businesses to go ahead, sell and buy goods through the platform itself. But now WhatsApp must receive or collect some information to operate, provide, and improve, customize, support some of the services that they will be including. So now, when you install WhatsApp, you have to accept all those terms and conditions for WhatsApp to be able to interact with different businesses and allow you as a user to interact with them as well.
Now, I know for a fact that 100% of people do not read the terms and conditions when it does come to accepting any. I am guilty. I have not read the terms and conditions because I don't really care. But some people do care. Some people will go through the terms and conditions. And talking about the terms and conditions and the privacy policy, Omnia, did you know, I'll give you a fun fact, did you know that a couple of years ago, Omnia, there was a person who went through a certain developer app or something like that and read all the terms and conditions.
The last line, though.
And in the terms and conditions, there was a $5,000 reward if you called that number and said, I found the terms and conditions. I think it was like 5, 7 years, 8 years, no one has ever read it. And that person got $5,000, or I think it was a little bit more. But that just goes to show that no one reads the terms and conditions, including myself. But I do believe that, again, they're going to be collecting data regardless. So what are you going to do? Decline?
That's the thing. If you decline, you lose your WhatsApp account. So there's not much freedom in this option.
And Omnia, fun fact, WhatsApp is used by a lot of big names. We're not talking about you and I. We're talking about politicians as well. U.S. President Donald Trump uses WhatsApp. Jared Kushner uses WhatsApp. And these people are leaders of the free world, you know? So WhatsApp has a very big impact on the way we communicate with one another. And I'm looking at it right now, Omnia. Yes, iMessage is very big and big in the US and North America, and we can even say the UK. But everyone and anyone uses WhatsApp when they want to communicate with one another.
Absolutely. It is a lifeline for many people, and many businesses as well have been using it as their method of getting orders from customers and delivering, even packages, you know.
Yeah, send your location.
Exactly. So what are you going to do if you don't have WhatsApp? You're basically missing out on a lot of features of businesses, basically missing out on communication in general with the world.
Yeah, your communication is cut off and you basically don't have anyone to talk to because or get some updates on certain things. Now, when you're in a family group, you're in a family group of 30 people, you're at a work group. There's a lot of things that, and a lot of ins and outs that goes on in WhatsApp. Again, I use WhatsApp for professional use only. I don't have my day-to-day conversations on WhatsApp. I just don't like I don't like the feature where it shows that I'm online all the time.
Oh, okay.
I don't like that. I don't like being watched, monitored. I don't know who would monitor me. But let's say, for example, I'm talking to person A, and I haven't replied to person B yet, but person B sees me online. Who are you talking to, person B? Why haven't you replied to me yet? I don't want to go through all that drama.
True, it's definitely has caused a lot of drama in the past, even up until today. But for those of you who are wondering when the terms of service and privacy policy will be coming into effect, even if you accept them now, they will not be coming into effect until the 8th of February. But you don't really have much of an option apart from accepting it unless you're willing to go ahead and have your account be deleted.
Yes, February 8th is your last day to accept the terms and conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, you will accept the terms and conditions. And I'm telling you, you will accept the terms and conditions. But we are going to be taking a short break and go and talk about our lovely friend Amazon. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is a wonderful world.
Check this out. Check this out. Pulse 95.
It's been a fat minute since we talked about Amazon, ladies and gentlemen, and we're talking about how they reportedly are developing a radar-equipped sleep apnea tracker. What does that mean, Omnia?
Well, sleep apnea is known for many as the silent killer. It has taken the lives of many children, many people, without them even realizing. They just go to sleep. They lose breathing during their sleep, and they may just never wake up if a parent does not get acknowledged with it. But this is exactly why many tech brands have created different devices that allow a parent to monitor their child's breathing patterns. However, when you're an adult, there's not that many devices that help control that. And this is exactly why Amazon has created the brand new Alexa powered device that can track and monitor any signs of sleep apnea using a radar. Now, this device is very small. It's basically the size of your palm, and it is designed to sit on your bedside table. It uses a millimeter wave radar to sense your breathing. So it keeps an eye on all of your breathing patterns, and any interruptions that happen will be reported on that device.
Yeah, now the idea of using radar to monitor sleep isn't actually new, and at least one other high-profile company has actually attempted to commercialize this technology. Now let's go all the way back in 2014, how Nintendo, which is well known for making gaming consoles and games, announced a non-wearable device that could track sleep via radio waves. Now, however, less than 2 years later, Nintendo said it wasn't confident enough that the device could become a viable product, and it actually was never released. Now, last month, we also did see OnePlus announce a new concept phone that does use wave radar to monitor breathing. Now, obviously, this is a big deal right here in the world, and a lot of tech companies are trying their best to tackle this problem.
Absolutely. Now, we've seen a lot of tech innovations happening with cancer, trying to create a solution for that. But what about the rare diseases like sleep apnea? Now, Amazon's project is going under the code name BRAMS, and this is all after the German composer of Lullaby, who is also working as part of the internal Amazon team that is working on this device. In the current form, this device basically resembles a standing pad that is connected to a metal wire base. Along with sleep apnea, Amazon is currently working on a new machine learning in cloud technology to understand other sleeping disorders apart from sleep apnea. Now, what's interesting about it is that this brand new device that is going by the name BRAMS is one of the latest pushes into health tech. The company has released a lot of devices, one of them being the Halo fitness tracker, which is, again, a $100 wearable device that can scan your body as a person wearing it and find out exactly what you would need to do to help you improve your health. Now, Amazon in the past has basically clarified that not all of its devices are medical devices, since for a device to be considered medical, it needs to be FDA approved.
Now, we do see that Amazon is pushing a lot to get into the health industry or the health tech industry. And I do believe they should, because we know the richest person in the world is Jeff Bezos. So he does have we can say, unlimited source of money to fund these type of projects. So why not use your money to good? And we're seeing how they're doing a lot in the health sector when it does come to technology. Now, at this point, it's almost easier to list objects that Amazon hasn't tried to build its voice assistant into. Now, over the past few years, Alexa has appeared in almost everything: speakers, glasses, rings, and even microwaves. Now, we soon might be able to add a sleep tracker to that list. Now, hats off to Amazon for tackling a problem that is very well known. Now, actually, I didn't know about it. I'll be 100% honest. But a lot of people knew about it.
And struggle with it.
And struggle with it. So, hats off to Amazon for doing and using their money and utilizing it for the greater good.
Let us know if you know any family member or loved one that struggles with sleep apnea, and what do you think they would actually like this brand new device launched by Amazon. I do hope that Alexa device will be monitoring the sleep apnea device, since I feel like it would be a great integration of that speaker, and it would be nice to have a personal assistant or a virtual assistant at home who can help you keep track of your sleeping disorders. Future Talk is coming to an end, but we do have lots of shows lined up for you right here on Pulse 95.
Yes, we got the afternoon cut like the Dream Team with Michaela Atlia and Aisha Mazmi. And after that, Yellow Home with Big Hassan and Anna Schofield, giving you everything you need to know about what's happening today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. Afternoon cut with the weekend recommendations, and the Yellow Home team giving you everything you need to know about the entertainment world. But ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, the first Thursday of 2021. I want you guys to enjoy it. Be safe. Again, precautionary measures and preventive measures need to be intact as we are still in the COVID-19 pandemic. And I want you to have a great weekend.
Yes, indeed. Cases are definitely rising, but our protection measures can definitely rise with that as well. Hope you all have a blessed weekend. Have fun with your loved ones and family members. We'll see you on Sunday, same time, same place, only here on Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of Future Talk, drop a like and subscribe.
Pulse 95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.